Hi my angels, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you why the divine feminine is going to heal this earth and witchy things that every divine feminine does. This video is for my women, but more so those that are connected to their divine feminine energy. Drop me hearts if you're here with me in this video. As many of us know, the society that we currently are in has been built on masculine energy for the most part, but the divine feminine energy is back on the planet to help heal the earth. And I want to share with you things that every divine feminine finds herself doing, and it contradicts the current society that we're in, and that's for a reason. See, if we think about divine feminine energy resurfacing on earth, or the feminine rising happening, we're in a beautiful time period where we're awakening and we're reconnecting to our feminine essence inside. You know, feminine energy is so huge right now on the internet, but there's different ways to look at it. If you're in this space, I know that you're spiritual and you're connected to your goddess energy, and that's what I want to focus on today, because feminine energy is not just about how you dress yourself and how you speak soft life and not working or finding a high value man. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about divine, connecting to your divinity as a woman, as a female being on this planet. What's something that we all do, and it's a sign that you know you're a divine feminine. The first thing that you'll do is you'll be in tune with your own energy. A beautiful thing that I've discovered about being a woman and how I know it's different from being a man is because we flow with life. Feminine energy is dynamic and it's ever changing. Society is built for a man. They want Monday through Friday to be the same, consistency, and that's the masculine energy, which women have as well. But you know you're connected to your divine feminine when you recognize that every 7 days of the month are different for us. Some days, 1 week or one strong, you might be feeling completely different. The first week of the month is going to be completely different from the last week of the month. It's not just about our menstrual cycle and moods, but it's about energy flowing. We're connected, we're sensitive and connected to the energy. And so you know, as a divine feminine, sometimes it's time for action, but sometimes it's time to be still. It's time for stillness, not moving at all and just simply being. And you're flowing with that energy. You're not in resistance to it. You're allowing, you're surrendering. And that contradicts to the world we're in, because the world we're in just wants to push you forward. That's the masculine energy. Go, 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 go. Don't stop. Go, climb, build, do, take action. But a feminine energy is the opposite. So there's nothing wrong with you, ladies. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're not soft in a bad way. You're connected to the raw energy of who you truly are. Everything's in flow. Nothing is the same every single day. It's changing. So if you are adaptable to change, if you make space for change, then you know you're in your divine feminine energy. You're flowing with life. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. You're still moving even when you're still, okay? Because energy never rests, right? So it's still vibrating. So when you become in harmony with your raw, organic energy, when you're attuned to yourself, then you know you're in your divine feminine energy. You're ignoring what the world expects of you, and you're instead going within yourself to see what feels right. Every divine feminine, she uses her feelings to navigate this plane, this realm. We're living from the inside out. Your soul, your intuition, that's where you're moving from. That's your guide. And we're not going to take action unless it feels right. This is how you know you're in your divine feminine energy. And you're seeing past the exterior into the interior. When you're able to see into people, not just see people, but see into them, into their intentions, into what they're not saying. You're feeling their energy, then you know you're connected to your divine feminine. And every divine feminine it's like we're so in tune, we're so deep, and it's beautiful. How did you know that, right? A woman's intuition or a gut feeling. And this world might tell you that it needs proof. Like, this world needs proof, because again, and it's sad for everyone, for women and men, because we've been disconnected from our feminine energy, but now it's time to allow it to resurface, just to heal, to allow us to heal as a collective and to find some balance in society and on the earth. Like, we shouldn't be rushing around all the time. We shouldn't think that this 3D realm is all there is to life. It's not true. Like, it's deeper. It's a spiritual walk. So it's about the things you can't see, but that you feel. And it's mysterious. It's an uncovering. And that's that feminine energy. It's the dark energy. And so, versus the sun. So if you're moving from what feels right to you, then you know you're connected to your feminine energy. Okay, so what's the next thing? Witchy things that every divine feminine does. Every divine feminine plays an art in some way or another. Creation. You're a creative being. So you know you're connected to your divine feminine when you are going from nothing to something. You're making something, creating something, you're birthing something into existence, whether it's a physical child or a recipe, some type of creation. But art feels so good to us, and allow yourself to be creative and express yourself through your creations. So like, I make these videos, I have an online shop, and I like to write and music. So we're all so different, but this is how it just feels so good, because you get to play. And so that's what the world has forgotten, that it's not always about producing something for profit. Sometimes it's just about the creation process itself, because it's so healing. It feels so good to just simply express, because it's the divine moving through you, flowing through you, and we're each so different. So we have different interests, different talents, and when you let yourself be in your creative nature and you're just playing in your art, whichever form that is, and you're birthing something, whether it's a painting or music or a poem or a dance. Oh my gosh, dance, it's so feminine, that movement, right? So every divine feminine is creative, deeply creative, and allows herself, sees her art as sacred because it's healing. Okay, so witchy things that every divine feminine does. We use the earth to heal us, and this is huge. We know that the elements and the earth, we're connected. We're made of it. Like, our bodies will return into dirt, because while we're on this physical plane, we are connected to it. Everything is one. So we're not separate from the earth, and it scientifically heals us. So you know that you're divine feminine when, if you're feeling off, you start to ground. Being barefoot is so important to a divine feminine. You know, like, you're witchy when you'd rather be barefoot than wear shoes, because we've been disconnected from the natural ground. So I mean the beach, the dirt, the sand, even the rocks, the plants. When you walk barefoot in the grass, you're healing your body and you're boosting your mood. And it's beautiful. We're connected to the earth. So sitting in a river that's moving underneath you, it's moving the energy, and you're setting your intentions. You're working with the earth, and you're tapping into the abundance of the earth to heal yourself. Everything has a deep purpose, and you get to discover it. You detach from the matrix and you sink into the earth, which is beautiful. You guys, years ago, I had an earache and it was bothering me. Well, I'm not gonna go to the Western doctor's office to I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to take a holistic approach because I'm in my divine feminine energy and it's so healing. What did I do? I cut a piece of garlic, I put it in my ear, and after a couple of hours, my earache was completely healed. Right? If your tummy is bloated or you ate something that didn't sit well within you, you cut ginger and you make some ginger tea with raw ginger. It's gonna soothe you. It's gonna heal you, right? So the natural foods, they're gonna heal you, and then the earth itself is so healing. If you're feeling anxious, you can go outside, do some deep breathing, walking through nature, hearing the natural sounds of nature, the birds and the wind. The sun is healing, water is healing, fire is healing, right? So every divine feminine has sage in her house. She's saging her home because it's energy, cleansing negative energy, casting her spells with her words, prosperity, health, love. So speaking what you want into existence. Divine feminine energy is here to help heal the earth. Witchy things every divine feminine does, talks to plants and animals, definitely, because we are connected. They're alive. Do you guys know that your plants can hear you? And saying loving words is adding to their health versus the opposite. And these are beautiful things that the society that we live in, if you were to tell them something like this, like the average person walking down the street, they might think you're crazy or you're delusional or whatever, but that's because we've been disconnected from our feminine energy, realizing that everything is one, the things that you can't see. So speaking life over the water you drink, the teas you make, it's the same vibe as blessing the food that you eat. So your words are powerful and you want to speak life and healing over the things that you love and onto the entire earth. So talking to animals, especially, probably has cats or like any of the animals, because it's so beautiful, like the way that the universe made all these different creations, and nothing is above anything else. Like everything is serving. It was created because it matters and we need it. And so you guys know how I feel about us as humans, and every divine feminine knows that all life matters. We can't take fish and eat it because then it'll be extinct. Those fish, they serve a purpose in our ecosystem, so we can't disrupt it. Everything, you have to be in line with the divine. We can't just run amok because then we're disturbing the natural process of Gaia, and we're inhabitants. We're living on Earth. We don't own Earth. That's ridiculous. You cannot own land. We're living here as part of the earth. We have to respect it and love it. So every divine feminine talks to her plants and speaks life in her home and speaks to animals. And it's a reflection of your vibration. Do animals approach you? Do they feel safe to come by you? Do you see hummingbirds and butterflies? Do cats approach you? Because cats are so discerning, right? And they're so independent and they're so fierce. I love cats. And I feel like you're super witchy if you love cats because they're just so cool. Like they're amazing to me. I'm a cat person, so. But yeah, talking to cats and respecting all creation. Witchy things that all divine feminines do. Most divine feminines that I know utilize tarot or have some spiritual practice, some divination practice in their life. Now, most of society has been brainwashed, and there's a reason why. Like, they want you disconnected from your own divinity, but God's living within you, so you can use something to connect to the spiritual realm directly. Get guidance directly from God, whether through meditation, going within, prayer, your dreams. But if you want to do something ritualistic to connect, you can use like tarot. And tarot is a sacred practice. I know on YouTube there's thousands of channels, and a lot of them are not tapped into the divine nature of tarot. They're using it just the same way you can drive through fast food or you can make a healthy, hearty meal at home, right? So are you making vegan spring rolls with the homemade ginger, peanut butter, spicy sauce, or are you driving through McDonald's? It's the same vibe, it's the same thing. And so tarot, it's about your intention and how you use it, but there are some legit readers that can connect to the spiritual realm and really give you beautiful advice. But every divine feminine that I know has a tarot deck of her own, just to get insight, just for affirmations, for some guidance, or just to connect to her higher self, or get advice from her spirit guides, from her angels. What does the universe want you to know? You know, what should you embody that day? And tarot is so beautiful. It's all the different archetypes that we can explore and embody here on earth, right? So like the queen and the queens are beautiful. The Queen of Cups or the Queen of Wands. What's your vibe today? So if not tarot, every divine feminine has some form of a spiritual practice. Maybe she's creating an altar. And the thing is that the world will tell you that the only altar should be at church, right? Where they're hanging, like at least in the Catholic Church, they're showing Jesus with all these nails like on a cross. It's your gut feelings. See, connect to your feelings, because they will reveal things to you. And as you start to awaken, you can see things more clearly. What feels right versus what feels off. Don't let the world guide you, shape you, guilt you, shame you, and coerce you into taking you off of your path. You can create a beautiful altar at home. You can pray at home. You can connect in every possible way. Like, feminine energy is about mystery. So we don't know everything, but it's about discovering it and being open, clearing your chakras and playing in the energy. There's nothing to fear. And that's the thing. Like, society will warp people because they're afraid, especially the church. There's been so much indoctrination for people to fear everything they don't know, but it's faith over fear. It's love over fear. There's nothing to fear. Fear is what limits people. It's what has them thinking they're gonna burn forever by simply questioning so-called authority. No, like, take dominion over your life. And that's the last thing I want to share with you. Witchy things that every divine feminine does. Every divine feminine is going to take her own path in this world. She's going to carve her own path. She's not going to adhere to society's expectations. She doesn't care what society thinks, because society a lot of times in general is lost, is brainwashed. Everyone's just trying to do the same thing, do what they were told. Who's thinking for themselves? Who's connected to their own divinity? Who's awakened to the magic of this realm and wants what's for its health? Who's moving from a pure space? Who's moving from love, from authenticity, from authentic creativity, not AI, not trying to go with the trends, but who's actually connected to their divine energy source, which is abundant. It's going to keep replenishing you. It's going to keep inspiring you. That's your divine feminine energy. So a divine feminine is moving from the inside out. And this is how life is going to feel good. And she's going to be in alignment because she is choosing her own soul versus the lies of the world. Okay, her truth is found within. And as you start to live your own authenticity, beautiful souls will be attracted to you, and you guys will journey through life together. So I hope this video helped you in some way, inspired you in some way. I wanted to share what divine feminine energy really is and witchy things that every divine feminine does. Drop me your comments down below. I'm sending you so much love, power, healing on your journey. Take care of yourself. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, check out the links down below. I help people with their self-love, their healing journey, and attracting healthier relationships. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.